live. We are live on the YouTube. We're live on the YouTube. Wow, my headset is really dingly today. I guess I gotta fatten my ear up here. Get this to stay connected, or I'm gonna tape it to my face. Hey, if you don't know, my name's Dale Abracta. Let me get that little image up here. I have a... Let's see here. What is going on? Lower thirds. There we go. Get rid of that. Hey, my name's Dale Abracta. I'm a professional balloon entertainer. Welcome to my channel here. This channel talks about balloon entertainment. Today we're going to try doing something St. Patty's Day. I started thinking about what I wanted to create, and you know, I have an idea. We'll see how it goes along. It's just an idea I'm playing out in my head, something I've never done before, so I thought it'd be cool and neat to do it. Kind of brainstorming here. I do this every Friday. I do a whole bunch of different things on Friday. You can see me streaming on my Twitch channel on Mondays. I try twitching or streaming, and Wednesday, I haven't done it in a long time, but I do Facebook Live periodically, so if you're part of that Facebook, you get notified. And as always, if you are part of my cohort group here, you have clicked on the notification button and you know what's going on, because we already have some people who have jumped on the chat. Hello, my friends out there in chat land. As I point out, we could always go live here on chat. I could see what's going on, what's happening. So do me a favor, click on that notification and always be notified and be ready to go when I'm go. You could be on your phone, you could chat, you could do whatever you want. I'm just rambling here because it's time to start the show. Hi, my name's Dale Abracta, and welcome to my YouTube channel where we're streaming live today. Let's learn something new, fun, and exciting. So let's get started now. All right, well, as I said earlier, I was going to start my show with, I got a little craziness going on over here. There we go. Let me get off that. Let me shut some things off here. So life is beautiful, and I don't have to be stuck looking at all these little icons and boxes and everything else on my screen. All right, so today I was going to do something for St. Patrick's Day, because, you know, we're out and it's that time of the year when we have to start thinking about St. Patty's, because that's in March. So I thought, what do I want to do? So I decided I got my good old basket. I don't know how many people have a basket like this. I have a basket that I have a tendency where I just literally buy bags of balloons and I toss balloons in here. And this basket has gotten full, but the problem is some of this stuff is really old, so I kind of want to go through it real quick, because what I need, I got a feeling there's going to be crap in there, and I also got a feeling there's going to be good stuff. Here's a perfect example. When COVID actually hit, I don't know if you were trying to buy balloons, but balloons became almost impossible to get. And right now, there are still entertainers talking about certain balloons that they cannot buy. And at the time in June when I was doing this, everybody was doing graduation, so I needed black round balloons. So I got a black round balloons, but I also went to Walmart and I picked up the cheap little bags because this was the only thing I could find. So I wound up buying a whole bunch of these bags and using cheap Walmart balloons. And these were 15 each. So, I mean, I bought like 2-3 bags of these. And here's bag number 3. So I'm going to use those today. But I also found that I have some quick Linkaloon black balloons. And this was actually, I bought a while back. We were doing if you actually go out to my Instagram, you'll actually see it. My Instagram is just my name, so you could go there. But I did a mural of a dog, and I needed... These are actually, well, these are chocolate brown. These are not even black. So I have chocolate brown balloons here. Those are still good, but I want to point out something to you here. And I'm probably just going to throw these away. The reason why I'm saying I'm going to throw these away, these are my black heart balloons that I think I used them once when I tried doing the Grim Reaper. And they're really nasty smelling. This is what happens to latex, as you know, as they get old. Wow. Translucent. Pops, smells, stinks, the latex smell. Man, terrible smell. I'm just going to wind up pitching these. This is last time I'm ever going to show it, so I want to get a nice photo. If anybody else has a glob like this, you could throw them away. Rocks is out of balloons. That's another supplier that I go to. Politics 5-inch rock. Totally out? Wow. See, now this is something that I've been stressing ever since this pandemic hit, is getting supplies. My supplier that I used to use in Indiana went out of business just a little before COVID. In 2018, she shut down. And that's where I used to be a distributor for. I used to buy my balloons in wholesale cases at the time. Now I got Brody's, which they moved, and I'm not always happy with the quality of balloons I get from there, and that's part of their inventory control turnover. But yeah, this was a problem I talked about, again, years ago. I said, what happens if there were colors that just disappeared? Well, we're seeing that now. Can't find balloons. So now people are trying to do these designs that they're selling, and they can't buy the balloons. That's the biggest complaint I hear. So this is why before I design anything or really try marketing anything, I have to make sure I got the stock, or I could get the stock. Here's a perfect example. This is what happens to black balloons. Like I say, I want to someday actually have to take a screenshot of this probably, but I want to have a blob here. You know, this is a blob of balloons that have basically gone bad. And I hear people tell me this all the time. Watch this, right in the garbage can. Boom! I hear people say this all the time. Well, you got to store them in a dark spot. Well, mine are in the basement. They're cool. They're almost always at 65 to 70 degrees max. That's where they are. Black latex just has a tendency to break down quickly. It is the yuckiest. I'm pulling it out of the garbage can. Here I said I wasn't going to do that. These are probably the worst example that you could get is black balloons. They have a tendency to go bad. Something terrible. And hopefully it's not, Judy. My sound is going, but I'm watching. My phone's problem, not yours. All right, good. The problem comes about, and this is where I have a problem with the distributors in Chicago, is he moved locations. And when the company did the move, they actually left an old building that was not air conditioned or heated. Now they moved to a building that is not heated. Or excuse me, not air conditioned. Or they moved, let me rephrase that. They moved from a building that was no air conditioning, no heat in the warehouse, to a building that does have some heat conditioning. But he pumps most of that heat and air conditioning into the offices, and not, sound is fine, not on my end. Oh, okay. So my wife is checking in. Yeah, so my audio's good. So what I'm really trying to say is, where these warehouses are storing the product could be the big problem, because some of these warehouses do not properly heat and vent their warehouses. They're not going to heat or cool off a huge warehouse. And what happens is this latex has a tendency to sit in there for maybe months or a year and slowly starts to break down. So by the time we get to it, it is actually terrible. So that's why, I mean, I have stuff in here. And the reason why I started going through this was I had a bag here, and this bag is old. This is the old Qualitex. And this is, I don't even think I have a year on here. I could do the product coat date. But if I look back at this is black. This is the original Qualitex bags practically. These balloons are over the hill. I got these back when I was doing centerpiece kits. And I'm going to try blowing one of these. These things are like hermetically sealed shut. I got my compressor over here. I don't know what kind of mess this is going to be. I don't even want to. Yeah, I mean, these. These are nasty. These are really nasty when I look at them. Try another one. It's kind of cool that they explode as fast as they do, but they're popping right at the nozzle area. You can see how they distort. I know if you're into popping balloons, you're going to be loving this. But here we go again. Oh my gosh, it's actually a good... Ooh, this one still feels good. This is a really... Man, it smells terrible, though. This is still a really... That took a lot of pressure to actually break. That was actually a good balloon. So now I'm debating, do I throw these away or do I keep them? You know what? I'm going to keep them. I don't know. Tell me if you think I should keep them, keep them. I'm going to keep... I don't know why I'm going to keep them. I just feel guilty throwing away, so I'm going to keep them. If you think I should throw them away, put a comment in here that I should throw these away. I'll listen to you guys on this. They smell bad. But here again, black. These are, again, old black balloons. These are 260s. And really, really clear. Really, I got to toss them away again. They're just terrible. I know this is a bag of Patellitex. They're still good. I mean, this bag I've had for years too, but again, these are still good. I know they're good because I use them. All right. These are good. Green, I bought the green because I have St. Patty's Day coming up, but I did a lot of events, again, for graduation. They wanted green, so I had green balloons. So I'm leery of using green balloons here for St. Patty's Day. But I want to use up... Try and get rid of those yucky... Man, my office stinks of bad latex. Here we go. Here's the Qualitex. These were the Qualitex that I got in. The black... All right, these are still good. Here's a trick if you don't know about black balloons. When you blow up a black balloon and you hold it up. Now, I have a big ring light here. I hold it up. I cannot see through it. This is still a really good balloon. Versus if I go back to another balloon that is bad. This was an example. I inflated this one. And it's translucent. I could see right through it. That's a sign that you could start telling that your balloons are breaking down, is when you take a balloon that you normally can't see through, inflate it, and it looks terrible, it's all downhill from there. But hey, let's get actually building something here, because I know you guys didn't come on in here to watch me do my inventory, but I did have to go through some of my inventory, because I want to go through a Linkaloon or a Quick Links little pot of gold here that we're going to do. But I want to put a twist on it. I'm digging through here because I thought I had a bag of Linkaloons open. Black, I thought I had one open. Here it is. Oh, it wasn't open. I was just stealing it out of center. So I'm going to use a black Linkaloon for this. And this is the brown ones. That's why. I don't have a bag of black open. I have brown. Let me check to see these. Are these brown? No, these are black. Okay, black Quick Link. Quick Link is Qualitex. Linkaloon is Patellitex. Linkaloon actually came out first, and Qualitex came along. Let's see if these are still good. Oh man, these got a little stench to them too. Yeah, you could feel the difference. It becomes spongy. It's amazing. This is like sponge. When I blew up this over the hill balloon, that, you know, the ones that were popping, the one that I blew, man, it felt like it was that thick. It was just huge. It perfect balloon. I mean, it was like blowing up balloon. Now this packet right here, I could tell you is over 10 years old. I got this bag back before, I think my son was about 2 or 3. No, let's see. It had to go before that. basing on my father was still alive. So that was about 14 years ago. That bag is. But let's take a look here. Linkaloon, I'm going to try doing this. I'm going to inflate it. And what we're going to do is make a little kettle here. And a way to make the kettle is just feed it through. And yeah, that's going to work not too well. Let's try this again. I may have to go through like a dozen balloons here. Other garbage. I'm not throwing them on the floor, folks. I got my garbage can here. So these are only a couple years. Oh, this one seems okay. We'll see. Now we're going to do a pot one more time before this whole bag gets thrown in the garbage. All right, let's try this. All right. Look at this. Garbage. Woo! Hey, watch this bag. Into the garbage can. All right, I'm going to go with the Walmart balloons. These are the Walmart round balloons that I bought. If you don't know, Walmart does have balloons from time to time if they're not bought out, and they're not extremely expensive, but they come in packs of 15, which for a decor purpose, if you're trying to do only one display, sometimes is the perfect number. All right, this pot's going to be a little bigger, but that's perfectly fine. Now, I haven't told you what I'm doing, but there's a secret to it because I'm working it out in my head. But I'm going to take and we're going to do eventually an apple twist, which this is going to be the top of my balloon. And whatever you do, do not... It's a great marshmallow shooter. I did a video of this a couple years back where I actually take and put a marshmallow right in here. Grab the marshmallow. Boom! Oh, man, it flies beautifully. If you want to do a cheap marshmallow gun for the kids, use a balloon. But do me a favor. Do not let this hit your stomach. It'll put a... Ow! Or your hand. It'll put a huge welt on your stomach. So be careful with that. Now, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to make a unicorn coming out of a pot of gold. That's my whole goal here. So I want to do the unicorn, and I'm going to do... I don't know. Let's do the heart unicorn head. Okay? I'm going to use, let's see, I don't have gold. I'm going to use copper for the gold. Let's do pink. Girls like pink. So what we're going to do is take a heart balloon. And I'm going to use a heart balloon here, and I'm going to use 260. Let me get my pump here. You know, I could stay in shape and just blow these up, but I got my pump here. Why goof around? Whoop, let me hang up my pump there. All right, I'm going to make a unicorn. His hands are going to be standing up like this. He's going, woo, because he's in a pot of gold. So what I'm going to do is inflate my heart. And I want to make sure his arms go up this way. Since this is going to be more of a centerpiece, let's do something here. All right, so pinch twist. All right. Now, I'm going to use multiple parts of this balloon, so I'm going to do a 3-finger, break it off, tie, because I'm going to reuse this part of the balloon again. Now, here's the thing. If I go crazy and have a long piece, it makes it easy to tie, but then I gotta get this huge knot. What I want to do is have enough balloon to tie the tip, and I want to take this knot and bring it all the way down to the end. And when I get it to the end, what I want to do is, where's one of those junky balloons? Here we go. Whoop, here we go. One of those 260s that I was discarding. I'm going to take this. It's an apple twist. I find that if I push this on my belly and jet this out, it becomes a pear shape, which gives me the capability now of pushing my whole hand into it. take the bottom. And this is where you got to have fresh balloons. If you don't have fresh balloons, it is going to pop something terrible. Now take the end, wrap it around. You spin me right around, baby. If you spin it enough times, it'll happen to hold. It actually, the force of the balloon pulling up keeps that weight right here. So here we go. We have this little pot of gold so far. And the reason why I'm not putting this outer ring around it yet, which I'll show probably to the very end, due to the fact that is I want to be able to work here on my unicorn. Now, you could actually do the unicorn and connect it in. I'm just building everything as I would if I'm entertaining because I don't have my hands free because I'm doing things, if that makes sense. Let me take, I want to have purple here. For some reason, I like purple. And pink. What I'm going to do is a quick little loop. Now I'm going to take a bubble. Little pinch. This is distortion, so I'm taking it off. Pushing. And coming around. Spin that back around. Garbage can. So now I have the head of the unicorn with its mane. I'm going to do ears, which are nothing more than pinch twists. And I'm going to dispose of. Take these. There we go. We got our head of the unicorn. Now I'm going to give it some arms. Arms? My arms are right here. Yeah, Ellie, you remember I did a video where I talked about doing unicorn heads. I did a video, folks. If you haven't seen it, go find it. It's in my video list of just unicorn heads. I got tired of people showing me, all these unicorns, and it's basically the same body over and over, but you could have different unicorn heads. And I use different heads for different animals. The heart is the one that I use for the unicorn, and I will use a Linkaloon for a horse. I've also used a 350 for a horse. And what I did here was, all I did was make a series of pinch twists, 3 pinch twists, spun them around, and then take the rest of the balloon. So I have little hands like this, or little hooves, if you want to call them hooves. I guess on a unicorn they'd be hooves. We usually think of them as hands. I don't know. Who thinks of them as hands? Kids thinks of them as hands. So now we have this part. Now I'm going to use, because of this is setting so low, I'm going to take, where's my pump again? Yo, pump! All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right around. And because this is tight on the balloon, I don't have to glue anything. Like I said, this is something I can make in a restaurant and not have to worry about gluing anything. I can have the unicorn right in there. I have now my pot unicorn. I'm going to use copper. I just want to put some copper, something shiny in there. You know what? I'm going to use the silver. Silver is more expensive than copper at the moment. You can tell people you don't have gold, we have silver, so I'm just going to make a bunch of little beads. And here's the trick to doing this. Make a lot of twists in between. This is one thing I do not like to do, because it's hard on the hands, all this twisting. So I find it's easier to roll it on your body. If I can move far enough back here, get all the way back in my studio, you can see this is typically how I do it. 3 good rolls is almost like 3 or 4 twists that you would normally do. Let me see here. Maybe a couple more. Roll, don't step on your wiring, otherwise you unplug yourself. I've done that before if you followed. Now do me a favor, if you're not new to the show, or if you're new to the show, do me a favor, click the subscribe button. I always ask people to remember to subscribe because I'm showing you stuff. I'm not charging you. I'm just being friendly. So do me a favor. It costs nothing to subscribe. Tell a friend. Share this channel. Always leave a comment. Become a regular. I have a lot of regulars out here. I think everybody on here today, we could tell, is a regular. And let's see. We got all regular people here. We have all normal people. Woo! Give yourself a hand. Woo! All right, now, if you could see in here, what I've done is I've made the silver in here, and it just spins around. It fits around there perfect. So now when people see that there's silver, if you have the gold, you could get the gold, but what I've been told again, gold is getting hard to get. Even the chrome reflex, I mean, all these balloons are becoming hard to get because manufacturers are just not producing. That's the scary part. So let's actually put the horn on its head. Let me see. I'm going to dig out. Oh, where is it? Jump off screen here again. I got 160s here. I have gold 160s, but I have them downstairs somewhere. Somewhere buried in another basket. So what I'm going to do is do a quick horn. Quick horn doesn't have any spirals to it. All it is a 160. If you want to do the spirals, you could take the ends down and, you know, twist it around. These, every time I do them in a hurry, they never come out right. I have to screw around with them. I have to play with them. You could do... See if I could do this. It's going to pop on me. I know it's going to pop on me. Let's see, can I... Trying to see if I get that. See if this will work. I'm trying to get that twist to actually twist around, but I don't think it's going to work. You want a video of my storage room? Yeah, you know what? I will do that. I'll bring you guys down to my storage room. We'll do a tour. You guys want a tour? I'll give you a quick tour. Maybe next week. Tell you what, next week we'll do a tour of my storage room. You can see how I have it. You could see the mess. All right, so this didn't work like I wanted to, so let me get rid of that. This is why I like having a compressor. And maybe I'll show you my compressor one day. The reason why I have this compressor, I have it, and with this mic system, I don't think you folks even hear the compressor run when it's running the system, which is a huge change because when I remember seeing these videos at the first time that they started, it's all you heard was squeak, 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 squeak. And that's all people used to complain about was you couldn't hear the person talk. Now we've gotten more sophisticated. We got our headsets. We have, I have compression on here so you don't hear all these squeaks. So here's my unicorn horn. Now, I'm going to put the eyes on. What did I do with my markers? Oh, my markers are off screen again. Woo! All right, to do the unicorn eyes. Unicorns have really big eyes. And thank you for staying to almost to the end. You know, when you stay to the end, that's when I show you more things. That's why you're watching to the very end, because I show you all the really cool stuff at the end. All right, to draw the eyes. This is where a lot of people have problems drawing eyes. I like to do the bottom. So it's a smiley face. And then a big N, written N on the bottom. So again, smiley face with a big N on the top. Little flick. Now, I have a friend of mine, Angel Contreras. Angel Contreras is a professional cartoonist. What? I mean, I could sit here and watch Angel draw for hours. I literally will stay. When we work together, he's like, dude, get away from me already, man. I'm like, no, man, I love what you do. We have a great time working together. We do a great banter. But his skill with a marker is unreal. Because with a marker, and I didn't realize this, that they're sold out of chrome too. Oh my gosh. Man, I feel privileged that I bought my silver and chrome at the proper time. You know, this is starting. It's starting to sound really weird. This sounds like ammunition. You know, ammunition. Nobody could buy the materials for the boom booms. The balloons, man, are becoming the same frickin' way. Getting back to Angel here. Angel had, where is his marker? He actually gave me a marker. Let's see, I lose his marker. Now I put it away somewhere in here. Here it is. This is, I'm going to turn my light down here so you could actually see and put it in a situation where you could actually see. This is the marker that my friend Angel, he's a character artist, uses. It actually works on markers and it draws really nice, but the difference is it's got a different tip. And let me see, I'm going to turn the, when I say different tip, it's, see how big that tip is? Use my forehead here. See right there, there's the tip. Here is the Sharpie tip. Now there's a difference between the way they make these tips. This tip is a stronger tip. And what I learned from Angel just this past year was that when you take a Sharpie marker and you draw on a piece of paper time after time, it actually becomes rounded. Have you ever seen when kids take your Sharpie markers after they've been drawing and they go, you look at it and they give you back this marker that's like, it's all flat and smushed? Well, that's what happens, and it's because of the Sharpie tip. Now, me being a balloon artist, I've never worried about the tip because we're drawing on rubber or latex and it just spins right off. But for somebody who draws on paper, the pressure of drawing on paper actually destroys the tips. That's why character artists, the good character artists, never use Sharpie markers. Tip, there you go. There's your takeaway tip. They actually use a different type marker. Well, Angel gave me this marker because what we were talking about is how to flare a balloon. And when I talk about flaring, let me... Oh, spitting in my mic here. All right. How to flare is, what you do is you push down and it's a... Do you see how that goes? Look at that shape. Do you see how it gets thick to thin? So you push down and you flick. And you can get like the Nike swoosh real quick. And that gives you the capability of really controlling. Now, what they do is they actually take their markers. Oh, and I did it. Check that out. Right there. Is they will take their marker. And then I do bad job here. But what they do is they take their marker and drawing with the tip, if I could show it this way, draw with the tip, and then the marker turns where it goes to the side, like calligraphy. And you could see how you get the thick, like if I was like to do a letter A. Now if I do the, I could get that sweep. Bring this down with more the tip being fine. I have my eye now. And you can see it's just with the pressure of the marker and how you flip will determine your shape. So now if I want to put a big circle in here for the eye, do a white of the eye, and just going to color this one in. There you go. You have an eye. Now, that eye is not the eye that we're drawing here. Let me turn my light up just a little. So you could see using your marker. Now, if I want to draw, and I've been doing a couple things here lately. Let me start off by doing this. For years, I've always been drawing the outside of the balloons because a lot of times I use oil-based markers. Meaning that if you look at a lot of time, my markers are pink here. Those are the ones that I could usually get. Wow, they've been sold out for over 1.5 years with those Loracs. Interesting. See, now I was able to find them at Brody's. That's where I got my chrome. Interesting. All right. This right here, I use, majority of the time you will see pink. I picked up recently the water base. Now, the water base is actually nice because I can do some cool things with it that I can't do with this one. This is the oil base. The oil base reactivates the colors, meaning that if I draw on that black again, it is going to reactivate. Actually, you could see how you could see in there where the black is actually on the marker, and you actually could see that. Whereas with the blue, the paint, which is the water base, I can actually draw on top of it. And if I need to correct something, I can just draw right over it. And it paints right over it. That is the benefit to having good artwork right here, is the ability not to resmudge what you've just drawn. And lastly, 2 things I got to do to finish this up. Smile. Boom. There we go. Unicorn. All right, I have to laugh, okay, because I did, oh, where is it? It's off screen here. It's thrown in a garbage can. I did a unicorn the other day, and here's the unicorn. And here is the photo that I put up. This is the eye here, right here. Let me change. This is funny, folks. Only for you sticking around to the very end would you learn something about this. That's why you always stay to the end. That's why you watch to the end, because here's something. Here's the unicorn. Let me get to the. Here's the unicorn. This was the first eye I drew. Totally different eye. So when I actually did the videotape and the picture of it, I preferred this eye over the first eye that I drew. So I actually then, as you can tell, this is where I was still outlining. I did an outline of the eye. This one I decided to remove the outlining. So again, that's one of the nice parts when you're doing photos for these. You could design, and this is where I did the spiral. I did all the fancy stuff. He gets thrown in the garbage with the other stuff. I have a YouTube video coming up. I think I'll post later after this one of me throwing away stuff. My designs. People are like, no! All right, so here we go. We have the cute. Now, I need to put the eye just to make sure it's balanced on the other side. So let me just check real quick where that eye is. I went like this. That is my smiley face. My N. And I made a black eye. My whisks. Ooh, you know what I need? Need an eyebrow. I find that eyebrows actually do add a lot of character to it. When you don't have eyebrows, it looks a little strange. Let's put black, my blue. Just ain't seen no unicorns, some green alligators and long neckies. One of my favorite songs. I grew up watching Roy Rayner as a kid, which was a cartoon show in the Chicagoland area. It was actually Ellie O'Ellie, I think was his clown name on the Bozo show. And then he spun off and had a kids show. And every St. Patrick's Day, or that week used to sing long-necked geese and some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees. And then they'd have people from Brookfield Zoo come out and they'd show animals. But they never had a unicorn. This is my first unicorn that I've ever done on live streaming. This is your hooved. I mean, you could change that around. You go crazy. You give it a little shamrock. Actually, it's kind of like little shamrock hands. And here's a unicorn in a pot of gold, pot of silver. There you go. I hope you like this design. Do me a favor. Go through your balloons. Go through some of yours. I'm going to spend a little more time going through the trash here. And as you guys have requested, because you've left a comment, you watched to the end. As always, I say thank you for staying to the very end. I really appreciate that. Yay! We did it! Woo! Do me a favor, leave me a comment. If you want to see something, always, I'm more than happy to try accommodating. I know I just had a request for somebody who said, let's see how you store your balloons. I'll be happy to do that. I'm going to show you one of these days my compressor, and I'll tell you why I bought this compressor and how I use this compressor versus another compressor that I originally bought years ago. So maybe I'll do a little show on compressors. So with that, you guys be good, be safe, have fun, and always, thank you for sticking around. Bye-bye. Make sure you click on that subscribe button and never miss a video. Subscribe now. Click the little bell and always be notified of a live broadcast. Follow me on Instagram, and if you're a TikTok fan, you'll find me under the same name, Dale LaBrocta. Looking forward to seeing you on social media.